Hello, beautiful being. What's up? My name is Jeannette, also known as MsFitVegan, and I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for my black sapote to ripen. And today I'm being interviewed because I'm somebody. You didn't know. Now you know. My boo, Nick Tricious, is going to interview me today because I am very important and you're going to find out why. So let me bring her in and then she's going to take over the interview. And we're doing it like this because it just is like this. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're about to get started. Ooh. Hey, boo.
Hi.
Oh
Can
my
you
gosh.
hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I hear you and I see your ass.
Okay,
What's up?
perfect. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
Yes, thank you so much. We're doing it this way, guys, because Instagram is weird and it doesn't let me save it. So I had to start the live. But Nick Tricious is going to take over.
Yes.
I love our alter egos and you're in charge. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for being here with me today. It's honestly such an honor. And if anybody doesn't know, this is Jeannette, also known as MsFitVegan, who has a ton of amazing courses available, mostly known for her food freedom addiction course targeted towards women to help them end their binging and food addictions permanently. So you have truly been such an inspiration to countless women, including myself. Honestly, you have played such a pivotal role in my personal and professional life, and I know that includes so many other women around the world. So yeah, I'm so excited to chat and learn with you.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Wait, you're a little fuzzy to me. I don't know if it's just me though. It might be me.
Okay.
But I'm
Maybe
assuming you're on the Wi-Fi.
yes, I am. Is it
Yeah.
still really
Uh,
fuzzy?
no, you're good now. But everybody that's here, can you guys just let us know? Was it a little fuzzy for you? Because I couldn't see you and I couldn't hear you for a second. I just want, maybe it's me.
Okay.
Sometimes it's me. Um, okay, let's see. Let's ask. Somebody tell us, was it weird for a second? Somebody let us know.
It might be my Wi-Fi.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little weird.
Okay. Okay, hopefully it gets better. We'll work
It
with it.
seems, yeah, it seems perfect now.
Okay, cool. Okay. So you are truly a figure of success and resilience. And if anybody isn't familiar with your story, which I highly recommend they check out your podcast. Oh, my dad's coming home right now. I hope he doesn't say anything goofy.
Hi, Dad.
But yeah, if anybody isn't aware of your story, I'm doing an interview right now. No, you can't be in it. But yeah, anybody hasn't checked out your podcast, I highly recommend they do because you really get down to the nitty gritty of just your life story. You get so personal and vulnerable. And from childhood, you really had the odds stacked against you from environmentally, financially, familial. So is that right?
Yeah, that's thank you so much for checking out my podcast, Nicolette. You're amazing. I'm a big fan of yours, and so that makes me feel good that somebody that I look up to is listening to my podcast. Yeah, I definitely felt like I was at the bottom of the barrel, for sure in life, and I felt like an underdog my whole entire life, for sure.
Yeah. Yes. So what inspired you to create your own podcast and how did you decide to really put yourself out there because you really do get so vulnerable and that is something that actually attracted me to you. I don't know how, but I came across your podcast somehow, some way, some shape and or form. And that was the first thing that I really connected with you on because you are just so real. You put yourself out there. And yeah, how did you get to that point?
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay, so people are listening.
Yes.
Oh, that's scary. So now I wanted to start a podcast like forever, like since I heard about podcasts like over 10 years ago. And I thought I needed to like rent a studio and like, like do it right, do it professionally. And then one day last year, I just said, fuck it. I'm just going to start it now. And I was in bed. I just woke up and I just started because I was like, you know what? I have this app on my phone. It's called Anchor. Now it's Anchor by Spotify. And I was like, you know what? Let me just do it. Forget it. Like, let me just do it the way I've done everything in my life, which is like before I'm ready. So I did the YouTube before I was ready. I started my book before I was ready. I quit my job before I was ready. And then the podcast is just another thing that I was just like, okay, one day I'll rent a studio. One day I'll have all the resources to do it. But yeah, I love doing the podcast so much. And it has been very, very healing for me. So I recommend everyone out there start their podcast because to get out these things that you want to say, it's very hard on Instagram, to make a reel. It's very difficult. Do it on YouTube. Like that's hard too. But like just talking into a phone, it doesn't feel like anybody's listening. You kind of like can make it your diary. Yeah. And that's kind of what I did. And the podcast is it's really the number one platform that I enjoy doing. Really. I do because I feel I can just say whatever I want. And there's no like censorship. There's nobody looking at me or, judging me. And yeah, I love it. And I just want to encourage everyone out there, just start it. What's the worst that could happen? Nobody listens and then you delete it,
Yeah.
So, but what's the best that could happen, Nicolette? You could change the trajectory of someone's life, which people have emailed me and messaged me saying that I've done. Like, are you kidding me? You could have the chance to help somebody like that would never get the opportunity to know what you know. We all know so much and we're all just keeping it to ourselves and telling our friends and family. What about all the strangers that need your help? Like, yeah, it's just such a blessing we have this technology.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so rewarding when you get that feedback. And just you being yourself really gives permission for other people to also be themselves. And I don't know if you know, but you really are the reason why I created my podcast because you encouraged me. I was super inspired by yours. And yeah, and I received feedback on mine, and it's just crazy to think that people even tune in. So yeah, I just love everything you said. And also, before we continue, can we just talk about the pictures that you've been posting on Instagram lately?
Okay.
Can we just talk about that body yaddy yaddy?
Okay. Well, can we talk about it? Because me and Nicolette, we work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday together. Yeah. And Nicolette is in killer shape, and I'm trying to be like her. And we're staying consistent. We're staying consistent Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we're also doing 100 squats a day. And I'm trying to show what the world can do. Anybody can do this on a healthy vegan diet, consistent workouts. That's it. And thank you very much, Nicolette, because you push me. I see you with the abs, I see you with the arms, and I'm like, I gotta get on my shit. I want to be Nicolette. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, Jeannette also has her private community, which I'm super blessed. It's my favorite community to be a part of. We meet every single week on Mondays, and we also do 3 workouts every single week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for 30 minutes. And honestly, those workouts have to be like my favorite thing because not only do you force me to actually get up and move when I don't want to, because it's hardly ever that I honestly want to do it. Like, I want to see you guys, and getting there, like the second that I'm there, I'm like, okay, I'm happy I'm here. But the hardest part is like getting there, going on Zoom and like putting on my workout clothes. That's always the hardest part. But not only are we getting that workout, but you honestly are like a motivational speaker and fitness instructor in one. Like, it is so much fun.
I love you, boo.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it. Like, I really don't know how you do it because not only are you doing the workouts with us, but you are like full on yelling, like speaking loudly positive affirmations while working out. And that is tough. Like, that is super tough. That's something that I really admire.
Thank you so much, Nicolette. So like, honestly, I did it for me. I want to work out with people. I want workout buddies. You know what I mean? I don't like to work out alone. And I'm just shocked to hear that. I can't wait to interview you because you are very fit and nobody would guess that like sometimes you don't want to work out. You know, everybody always thinks these like really beautiful, fit women, they just love working out all the time. And it's not true. Like nobody really wants to do it. It's uncomfortable, but we do it anyway. And yeah, I want to just say real quick the reason that I don't know if you're fuzzy. Let us know, guys. You're a little fuzzy to me.
Okay.
I, I wonder if we go to YouTube, will this be better? I wonder. Because mm, okay, well, I wanted to say that I started doing the workouts on Zoom in the pandemic, 2020. And so I was doing watermelon workouts every single day for months and months and months. And that really trained me with the speaking and the working out and stuff, you know? So I've been doing it for a few years now. But basically, yeah, she's fuzzy. Why are we fuzzy? No, Stamp. Is it Instagram, you think? Should we go to YouTube?
We can try, but I really think it might be my signal. Is it still off?
No, no, you're good now, but like, of course, it's like every time you say, "Can you hear me now?" Like you can hear,
Yeah.
you can hear that. Um, okay. What should we do? I'll leave it up to you. Should we go to YouTube or should we keep trying Instagram?
They're saying that it's better now that the fuzziness corrects itself. So maybe
All
we
right.
can just keep going until the next time, and then we can try to move it to YouTube.
Yeah, okay, that sounds good. So yeah, guys, if anybody's interested in working out with me and Nicolette, boo, okay, MsFitMondays.com, MsFitMondays.com, and thank you very much, Nicolette. You really push me. You really inspire me.
Thank you. Likewise. So, as a successful entrepreneur, what does your morning routine look like? Does it vary? Like, what does that look like day to day?
Okay, yes. So I try my very, very best to have a minimum of 20 minutes without my phone in the morning, okay? Because I just want to grab it and start working because I really love what I do. I really love interacting with people, helping them, like spreading this raw vegan message. I mean, it's a dream come true. So I try my best to do 20 minutes without the phone first thing. I write my list of gratitude. So every morning, what I'm grateful for. And it's very easy, you know, because there's so much in our lives. The second thing I like to do is I like to listen to an audio that I've recorded. So I have these vision cards that I made, and it's just all my goals, and it's these affirmations that I love. So I like to listen to it. It's about 20 minutes. So that takes up my first 20 minutes, which is the most important, the first 20 minutes of your day, most important part of the day. The way you start it is the way you're going to finish it. So I do that, and then I get to work. I put my phone on, and I usually head out for, like a walk, sometimes swimming, sometimes yoga class. I try to get active very early in the day, and then I also get on my phone and start working, start responding to DMs and emails and things like that. And then I have, interviews and stuff throughout the day. But honestly, the day goes so fast. It just goes so freaking fast every single day because I'm just interacting with so many people that have been so kind to reach out to me asking for advice. And then all these amazing people that let me interview them. I'm going to interview you soon. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, so that's my mid-morning routine.
Okay, yeah, I love that. And kind of shifting gears a little bit, something that's really interesting about your story is that you've been raw vegan for 13 years now. Is that right?
That's right, 2011.
Okay, 13 years. And you completely skipped the cooked vegan aspect. You just like went straight, dived in deep to the raw. Is that right?
Correct. I didn't know anything about transitioning. I just found out about the raw food diet. I went from like vegetarian, I was eating fish and cheese and milk still, and then I went straight raw vegan. Yeah.
Okay, and did you have a mentor that inspired you? Because I know you watched Food Inc., but did you have anybody who you looked up to in the raw food community, like a mentor or an influencer, anybody?
Yes. Well, there was no Instagram, but there was YouTube. it was pretty new, kind of. And there was this guy, David Wolf, and he really got to me because, you know, he talked about how, like, if you want to feel alive, you've got to eat foods that are alive. And it made a lot of sense to me. I like very simple, you know, everything. I like simple truths. I like simple recipes. I like simple. And the truth is always very simple. And when he said that, when he was like, well, you're killing your food, it's killing you. And if you eat alive food, it's making you feel alive. And I was like, oh, wow, that makes sense. Let me see if this works. So I started it and I never looked back because after a few days, it's like you feel like a completely different person. You just you're awake and alive for the first time in your life. And I can't even explain it. Like you have to feel it. And eating
Yeah.
mostly raw will do it. You don't have to be 100%. You know what I mean? But eating mostly alive foods, you're gonna feel alive for the first time ever. Because you
Yeah.
know, we're mostly eating dead. So we're mostly
Yeah.
feeling dead.
Yeah.
So yeah.
100%. I totally agree with you, and can relate with you on that. And I'm curious to know because you also conduct interviews all the time. Seems like every single day you're interviewing a new person, and you have introduced me to so many people in this community that I have never even heard of. So, a couple questions, but the first one is, how important do you think it is for people who are vegan or raw vegan to have a community or to have friends who are also like-minded and share this lifestyle?
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, it can make or break your entire life, your health, your happiness. You know, your community is everything. You do truly become the sum of the top 5 people you hang around. And that's whether it's in person or online. You know, like I was hanging around David Wolf online in 2011, and that's why I went raw. I was consuming his content. He had all these speeches online and all these audios and the books and I was consuming it and I started to become like him, you know? So I need everyone to understand that like whatever music you're consuming, audiobooks, YouTube, podcasts, it's becoming you slowly but surely. So you really need to be careful. You need to be careful what you consume. And so yeah, with community, it's the same thing. You know, you hang around all these negative, unhealthy people, you gonna have to by default become negative and unhealthy. So if you can't find a community on, you know, in person, which is quite difficult as a raw vegan or a high raw vegan, well then I recommend you get one online. And you know, so many things can happen from that. You can meet in person. You can find somebody in the same town as you. You can
Yeah.
meet, you know, you can go away. I have clients that have met in my courses and they went on vacation together. And like it's the cutest thing ever. And at Woodstock Fruit Festival, we all meet. You know what I mean? I'm gonna meet you at Woodstock. And it's not like I'm meeting a stranger, you know. If we weren't in the same community, like I would meet you at Woodstock, but like I probably would just say hi and bye. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't like
Yeah.
who knows if we might become friends. There's so many people that go to Woodstock. So the community is so important because if you feel alone, that is gonna that is really going to deter you from continuing this healthy lifestyle. Like
Yeah.
being healthy is important, but like feeling part of something is bigger. You know, like we are designed to be part of a tribe.
Yeah.
So just know that there is a tribe out there that will support you and accept you and actually celebrate you for being healthy. And if you want to join mine, you can join mine. Nicolette, do you have your community yet?
No, no, not
Not
yet.
yet. Not yet. Okay.
Yeah.
But when she has it, guys, join
Yeah.
Nicolette's community because you gotta find your tribe out there. They're out there. Like the people in your life that are like making it harder for you, that's not exactly who you're supposed to be hanging around. And you might love them, but you might not be able to hang around them. There's,
Yeah.
you know, like I learned the difference. Like Brene Brown, she put me on to you can love someone and still say goodbye. You can love someone so much and just not be able to hang out with them.
Mm.
So your tribe are the people that you love and they help you become the person you want to be. I always say, like, I'm not looking for soulmates, I'm looking for goal mates. I
Mhm.
love that. Like people
I
that
love
have the
that
same
too.
goals as me. And that's how you're going to get there because they're going to help you, push you, you know, be like batteries or engines in your life.
Yeah, yeah. And what is that quote? Like, what is that saying that you are the 3 people who you spend the most amount of time with?
The three. I always heard it was you're the sum of the top 5 people,
Okay.
but like, yeah, whatever. The
Yeah,
three to
same.
yeah, for sure. And somebody asked, what is the best way to find community, Facebook or Instagram? Instagram doesn't feel like there's too much community here. I mean, like I've met a lot of people, but I would say Facebook, probably. I mean, here's the thing. Okay. Well, the truth is that if you put yourself out there, your tribe will be attracted to you no matter
Mhm.
what the platform is. So yeah, podcasting, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, your tribe will
Mhm.
be attracted to you. And then, well, you can host it anywhere. I know a lot of people are hosting it, Nicolette, on School. There's a new app
Yeah,
called S.
I love
Oh,
School.
you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I am a part of another community and it's such a great app.
A lot of people are telling me to get on there. I should check it out then. Maybe we're gonna move over to School. But yeah, so also meetup.com. Maybe you want to do something in person. Meetup.com, Eventbrite, so it doesn't matter the app, but Instagram is a great place to put yourself out there and then attract the people that are attracted to you and that
Yeah.
are part of your tribe.
Yeah, and I just asked that question because I've been high raw for over 2 years now, and so I have a vegan community, but I do not have a high raw or raw community. I don't have anybody like that who I know in person, and so that's why I was really attracted to your online community. And now it's like I'm attending the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and that just wouldn't have happened. So it's just all such a snowball effect, and I just love how it works out like that.
Yeah, me too. And I'm like getting so much out of this community. I started it up many years ago, but it was always very small. I just wanted a very small, intimate meeting once a week. But now there's so many people, and I'm learning so much, so many recipes, and like just anything you need. You can post it in the group. Somebody gonna know. You know what I mean? Somebody's gonna know.
Yeah,
It's usually
yeah,
Nicolette's gonna know, but
it's
somebody's
so
gonna know.
rich. It's so rich in there. So, like I said, you do so many interviews on a daily basis. What is your favorite interview or person that you have interviewed? And also, what's your favorite interview that you have been a part of, except for this one, of course?
Obviously.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a great question. I have never been asked that. Well, hmm. My favorite interview ever, for sure, was interviewing Brad Yates, who is not raw, he's not vegan, but he's this amazing EFT practitioner. And it was such an honor, such a thrill for me to get to interview him because I just look up to him and he's helped me so much. So that was my favorite one. And we talked all about self-love and how to feel good enough. And he led me through a tapping live. And if anybody wants to check that out, just go to YouTube, type in MsFitVegan, Brad Yates. He's amazing. That was my favorite one. But I mean, like every single interview, I can't believe that I get to do this. Like Dr. Robert Morse, I just interviewed, and that was such an honor. I mean, Fred Bishi, Ann Osborne, who has become my friend, which is crazy to think that I'm friends with somebody who I really looked up to. John Gray, I interviewed him a few times. He's the author of Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Mhm.
And he's like so amazing. And he said he's up for an interview anytime I want to do it. So we've done multiple ones. And like I look up to him so much. He has one of my favorite TED Talks ever. If you go to just type in John Gray TED Talk, and he's just incredible, incredible stage presence, amazing speaker. And well, what was the second question? What interview have I liked the most that people from
Have interviewed
wait.
you.
Oh yeah, oh. Well, you
Yes.
I like this woman. There was this girl, I can't remember her name now, but she was like she asked me a lot of great questions because she actually was a fan. Like that's always like the most amazing. Like your interview is great too because you're asking questions that like they're not like, oh, what do you eat in a day? And like, why did you go raw? Which are great questions. But like
Yeah.
people that actually consume my content, Michelle something was her name, and she was just like asking me such specific questions about the podcast, about, stuff that I shared, and that was really cool.
Was
So
that a
yeah.
recent one?
No, that was a few months ago, and I also like this woman, Ava Loves Raw. I love interviews with her because I just feel like I'm talking to a normal person. You know what I mean? And she just happens to eat high raw. She's not
Yeah.
like, you know, so judgmental and like, oh, that, you know, the mucoid plaque and like these things are awesome to talk about, but like she wears shoes and she showers and like I just can relate to her, you know? I like
Yeah.
people that are like you, like they're just like normal, cool, chill people that happen to really, really care about their health, the environment, the animals, and they happen to be eating a raw or high raw diet. And it's like, it's no big deal, you know? It's not like,
Yeah.
uh, they can't shower because the soap and the water. It's just
Yeah.
like we
It's
can
not
be,
filtered.
yeah, yeah. And like a lot of these raw vegans in my world, because you know, I run Woodstock, so I meet a lot of them. I feel like they're judging me, and I don't like to be judged. I don't think anybody wants to feel judged. So like somebody asks me, like, what kind of water do you drink? And then I tell them, they're like, oh, you know, I would never drink distilled. And it's like, and they're like, well, how do
Yeah.
you wash your fruit? And I'm like, tap water. And then people look at me like there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, what kind of clothing you wear? Like the clothing.
Yeah.
Everybody's judging everyone. Can we just like, let's just help each other? Why do we
Mhm.
have to judge each other so much, you know? It's a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And that's why I really related with your content and why I was so drawn to you and just your overall, like I said, content and profiles because you just seem like such a normal person. Like you're not out here pushing these crazy detoxes, these cleanses, all of these needless supplements. Um,
Yeah.
you're you're just real. You're just real. And I feel like there's a lot of extremes in this kind of raw food world. So I just really appreciate you for being like so down to earth. And I'm just sending my
Mhm.
gratitude to you for that.
Thank you so much. And I hope and I pray that I can just continue being myself and doing this because I really love it. I love that I am not sponsored by anyone. Oh, I love that so much. And people are constantly emailing me, messaging me. There's companies that every day they're asking me to do videos about their, you know, products. And I don't want to be that person because there's enough of those people and they're awesome. But like, I don't want to do that because then I don't like I want to treat people the way I want to be treated and I want to watch a video and learn something and get value from it. I don't want to sit through a commercial and feel like I can't even trust you now because I know
Yeah,
you're getting paid for this. It's
right.
like yeah, so I hope that nobody ever offers me like billions of dollars because I'll take it. I'll sell out, Nicolette, and I pray that they
Yeah.
don't. Just yeah.
And I also love to, I just wanted to add in there that you actually talk about the animals too, because I feel like a lot of people look at this as a diet rather than a lifestyle. And also, like, they don't talk about the ethical parts of being raw and living this lifestyle. So I just really appreciate and commend you for actually speaking up and acknowledging the animals a part of this lifestyle.
Thank you so much, Nicolette. I know you feel the same way. And you know what? Thank you. Let me talk about this for a second because, well, just this morning, I was at the chiropractor for my neck and I like, he says to me this story about these people that got lost while hiking and it was so crazy. They had to like, people died and they like ate the dead bodies and this was just horrible. Like they had nothing else to eat. They were starving. And I told him, I was like, that is horrible. I have to tell you though, I don't see a difference between eating a human and eating an animal. And he's just like, of course there's a difference. And like, I don't know. I asked him, is there something wrong with me? Because maybe it's just, I feel like something's wrong with me because I don't see it. Like I don't see the difference. I really, really don't. Just because we walk on two legs and they walk on four, I just don't see how it's different. So thank you so much also for being vegan for the animals
Mhm.
because, you know, whether people want to go vegan or not, that's okay if you don't, but people really they need to know that this is not okay and maybe just perhaps open your mind and start to learn how your food is made and if you
Yeah.
actually you watch these documentaries, you know, you watch Earthlings, you watch Dominion, you go to a slaughterhouse, you kill an animal yourself and you're okay with that, well then perhaps maybe continue. But like a lot of people don't understand what goes into their food. So like that's why it's very important for me to continue talking about the animals. And that's the reason I'm vegan. You know, raw vegan is great and all because, you know, we're really healthy and like I'm not going to have any diseases and I'm not going to be suffering. But like the most important thing is for us to stop hurting these innocent animals. I didn't have any connection to them. Oh, sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. That is cool. That's cool. I didn't have any connection to animals, Nicolette. Did you? Like when you were a
Yeah,
kid?
ever since childhood, I was so deeply connected to
Okay.
animals on like another level. I don't know. I've just always had a place in my heart for them since like as young as I can remember.
Okay, so I did not. I did not. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I never had like really pets. I mean, I did have a dog, but like I never knew about farm animals. I never had any connection to animals. But when I saw Earthlings, when I saw that animals were being tortured and enslaved and murdered and raped for my food, something in me just like triggered. I got triggered really bad because I always felt like an underdog my whole life, like you talked about in the beginning. And
Mhm.
like, I'm not okay with injustice, whether it's for animals or humans or aliens or bacteria. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it's a living being. I am not okay with it having to be tortured for and murdered for no fucking reason. It's not for health. It's not because they're overpopulating the planet. Like we're making them, we're like producing these animals to eat them. It's not like they're naturally here, you
Yeah.
know? So it's very sick and scary and very sad. And I recommend every single person, please just start to know where your food is coming from. And if you're okay with that, if you can sit through Earthlings and Dominion, well, okay. And you don't cry and you're not sad about it, you're not ashamed, then keep doing what you're doing. I guess you're meant to eat these dead animal body parts. But I'm not, and I know you're not either.
Yeah. And I just love how you say it, how it is too. Like you actually, because language to me is so important. And so, for example, I don't like to call animals meats because we're made out of flesh. So it really is the same thing.
Really
And yeah,
is.
and language is so powerful because I remember growing up, I understood that I was eating chicken, but I didn't know that I was eating a bird. I didn't know I was eating a bird's carcass. I didn't know I was eating flesh. And I wish somebody had used these terms because maybe it would have sparked something in me. Maybe I would have thought about it a lot sooner and changed my habits way earlier.
Yeah, I'll never forget this beautiful, amazing woman. Her name is Cheyenne. She works out with us. And
Mhm.
we met because one day, like a year ago, she posted a comment on one of my videos and she said, wow, hearing the words dead animal body parts actually really, really made it clear for me. And she went vegan since then. Just those words.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm talking about with people, you know, wanting to start their podcast, wanting to write their books. Like you got to do it and you got to do it the way you do it. And you got to be you because there's words that you can say, like Nicolette, she just said, you know, language is so important. And like you can say things in a way that somebody's going to get it and nobody else can say that.
Mhm.
And and that's why we all need to get out there and spread your message, whatever you're here to do, and do it in your way. You know, a lot of people complain about my cursing. I'm trying my best, you know. I'm not going to curse in an interview like this or like, you know, I'm not going to just be disrespectful. I'm never cursing at someone, but like that's part of who I am. I grew up in New York and that doesn't like negate the message. And if my cursing is offending you, I'm not for you.
Yeah.
I'm not for everyone. And if, you know, if it's a problem, unsubscribe. It's totally cool. There are so many raw vegans out there that don't curse and they never will. But like, oh yeah, Tessa, she said cursing is the reason I follow you.
Yeah.
You see, your people are your people. And like, don't be afraid to talk about what you want to talk about. Because guess what, guys? All the people that are like obsessed with the mucoid plaque and the cleansing, they have their tribe too. So they need to do them, and I'm going to do me. And like people arguing with me online about, you know, different things, it's just a waste of time. I'm just going to continue being me, eating healthy, you know, and doing the raw food diet the way I love to do it. And if you don't resonate with the way I do things, that's okay. I
Mhm.
like how boring would it be if we were all the same? So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna curse forever. That's it. Sorry.
Yeah, I think you did curse one time in this interview, but that's
Oh,
okay. Like that's why people follow you. People follow you because you're you, right? At the end of the day, people follow you because they're attracted to your message and who you are as an individual, right?
I guess I fucked up. Yes. I don't know.
So I have a question because you have been a health coach now for how many years?
For free since 2012, but
Okay.
getting paid for it since 2017, around then. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So can you share one of your like favorite success stories that you have seen from like your clients, participants? Can you share some or one that sticks out to you?
Yeah. Yeah, there are so many. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna say two examples. That the first two that came to mind. There was this beautiful woman who had a beautiful daughter, and she came to me because, well, she wanted to lose weight, but she wanted to have more energy, and she was feeling like a bad mother because she couldn't play with her two. I think it was a 2 or 3 year old, and she was just like feeling like a failure. And so she worked with me. I got her on a high raw vegan diet, and a few weeks after we started, she realized that she was able, okay, so there's a train in her town. And when her daughter hears that the train's coming, her daughter always wants to run to watch the train. And she could never do it with her. And just 3 weeks after eating a high raw vegan diet, she was able to run to catch the train to watch it with her daughter. And
Mhm.
she called me crying that she
Oh,
couldn't believe that she was able to be a better mother simply by changing her diet. And it was just so incredible. You know, the way you feel affects your whole life, and the way you feel is going to be determined by the food you eat. Okay? So, I mean, that was so powerful to me. And then the other one, there's many stories, but another one that comes to mind is I had a woman who had stage 4 breast cancer.
mm,
And it's so crazy because I think to myself, well, what would I do in that situation? You know, it's so scary. The doctors are
mm,
saying you have to get surgery, you have to have radiation and chemotherapy. And it's like,
yeah,
it takes such a strong, amazing individual to say, you know what? No, I am going to do this on my own. I'm going to find a coach. And they reached out to me. And within 6 months of eating a raw vegan diet, their tumor completely disappeared. They did not need any medication or chemotherapy or anything. And it was like a miracle to her doctors. Her doctors are very confused. They've never seen this before. And I've seen it many times, but like it honestly is just incredible. I'm not doing anything, you know, your body's doing all the work. But what I'm doing is I'm just sharing what has worked for thousands of millions of people. And of
yeah,
course, you know, I'm not going to say I can't claim that I can cure anything because I don't. It's the body. It's the human body that does all the work. You know, even if we're eating McDonald's, our body is still working 24/7 to heal us. Even if we're giving it shit, we're vaping, we're drinking alcohol, we're eating crap, our body is still like, okay, you know what? I'm going to keep doing the best I can to heal you, to get this cancer out, to get this vaping out. You know, your body, your liver, 500 functions. Your liver does 500 things every fucking day, and you don't even know. Your body is working so hard to help you. And, you know, when people work with me or you, we're actually giving the body the ability to rest and focus on those areas that need attention, you know, and just like
yeah,
stop working like a dead end job. Okay, so I want to compare eating fast food and drinking and all this crap, vegan crappy food. That's like you working a dead end job, and you're just staying alive to pay bills and die. And when you start
yeah,
eating a raw vegan diet, a high raw or 100% raw, now your body has the availability, the time, and the energy to heal. So you're making an investment in yourself. And it's like you working a job that pays you so much money and you have so much free time and you're able to get outside in nature, exercise,
yeah,
make juice. You know, so I didn't know how to put that metaphor together, but you guys get it. You get it.
yeah,
So yeah, that's all.
yeah. No, I love that. I love that so much. So if anybody has any questions, please write them down below. I have a few questions.
Oh my God, sorry. We have a lot of questions. Oh my God.
Okay.
Do you see the question mark?
Um, is it like A speech bubble with a question mark inside?
Yes, that's it.
Okay. Do I click
Well,
on
I
it?
don't know if they're, yeah, I don't know if they're questions, but there's things there. Let's see. This has been a great year for me, changing my health with a plant-based lifestyle. Very nice. These are not questions. Hold on. How did you come across MsFitVegan? Oh, you answered that. Okay, we don't have any questions. Sorry. They're just comments and nice things that people have said. I didn't.
Okay. Well, I had
Thank
a
you.
couple of questions that people had submitted on my page. So
Ooh.
somebody had asked, what do you think about apple cider vinegar and dried fruit? Aren't they creating so much waste too? I'm assuming they mean creating waste in our body.
Hmm. Well, dried fruit, I would say, is going to make you dry. So don't eat too much unless you have to. If you're traveling or if you want to like soak it in water and then blend it. I know a lot of people do that for dressings. Like Karen Ramsey was just talking about how she does dried mangoes and hemp seeds as a dressing. Like that sounds amazing. I'll definitely do that. You want to put some dates in your smoothies or, dressings. But I wouldn't really recommend eating dried fruit because your body needs water. That's like the number one thing it needs. And when you're eating dried fruit, you're taking the water out of your cells to digest that fruit. Okay, so you're going to feel thirsty, you're going to feel tired, you're going to have bad digestion. Dried fruit is not a great idea to eat. Apple cider vinegar, personally, I don't like the smell. I recently got somebody sent me an article that Bill Gates is involved in the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I have to research that some more. Do you know anything about that, Nicolette? I
No, I haven't heard
Yeah,
it
we
before.
got to research that because something's going on there. There's MSG in the Bragg's liquid aminos. By the way, I never knew that. So apparently Bragg's, mm-mm. But apple cider vinegar, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a food that like calls to me. You know what calls to me more? Whoops. Okay, well, I'm trying to get my apples, but if they fell. Apples call to me more. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like this makes sense and there's so much water in here and the apple cider vinegar, it's stinky and I don't feel like it. I don't like it. But if you're liking it, then do you, boo. I just don't like it.
Okay, cool. Thank you for answering that.
Yeah.
Somebody else asked, is cold pressed oil really healthy or does that also cause mucus?
Um, it depends who you ask. It depends. I would not consume oil personally because it's a processed food and it's 100% fat. And so humans, we need water. So like the foods that I like to consume are water based, not fat based. Okay. And oil is a great food if you're trying to gain weight. Okay. That might be something you want to put in your smoothies and stuff, flaxseed oil, hemp seed oil. But I would just say stick with whole foods. That's probably your best bet. Like these processed foods, the only processed food that I eat is juice. Okay. And because some people are saying, juice is processed. And you know what? You're right. You're right. I like juice and it happens to be a processed food. Okay. I am processing it, but I find it to make me feel so good and it makes my skin glow. And I find it to be like the best hack ever. I'm not going to be on juice all day, but as a supplement, that's like my supplement. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, same. I know you feel the same. And Lauren Lockman, he the other day he said he would not juice. It's not natural. But like, hold on, hold on. Like taking a plane in the sky, sitting in a chair in the sky is not natural. Going to the bathroom in a toilet's not exactly natural. Our phones are not natural. There's a lot of radiation coming from our phones. So, to each his own. But I like juice. I know what my life was like before juice and after juice. I love juice.
I
I
love
love
you
it.
too.
Yeah, and I try to have one every day. I love it. Yeah, I have my watermelon juice here. And then let me just answer the question, which is, what was the oil? Are there any healthy oils?
They just asked if cold pressed oil was healthy. Does it cause mucus in the body?
Yeah, definitely causes mucus in the body. Any fat causes mucus in the body. But here's the most important thing. How do you feel? Because some people, they feel great consuming cold press oil. So I would recommend everyone try whatever they want. Before you ask me or Nicolette a question, do an experiment on yourself and go 3 weeks consuming the cold press oil and then go 3 weeks without consuming it. So that's 6 weeks of experimenting on your specific body and you'll see the difference, and you'll see which one you like and which one you don't like. I was consuming oil as a raw vegan for the first few years because I thought it was raw. Like David Wolf recommended it. I think somebody recommended it. So I was consuming it, and I was breaking out still, and I was very oily. My hair was so oily. My skin was oily. It wasn't serving me. When I got rid of the oil, that's when I got rid of the oily skin. My skin balanced out. My hair balanced out. Everything got better when I got rid of the oil. I lost weight and yeah. So that's my experience.
Yeah, I'm totally with you there. I always recommend that people eat the whole food instead. Yeah. So instead of olive oil, eat the olives. Instead of avocado oil, eat the avocados.
Yeah.
Instead of coconut oil, drink coconut water, eat coconut meats. There's just so many more benefits because, again, like you said, it's 100% processed. It's refined fats. It's 120 calories per tablespoon. So it's just like not going to help you or your waistline. And it just causes inflammation, clogs up your arteries.
And most people, yeah, everything you just said. And what most people are doing with oil is cooking with it. And there's nothing worse than heating up fat. It becomes a trans fat, which has been known to cause all types of diseases. So like including diabetes and, heart diseases and strokes and like all these things. So like the science is there. But listen, if you're doing cold pressed and you want to follow whoever that's doing that, then try it yourself, because the truth is that I know raw vegans that consume oil and they like it and they feel great. So like there's not one size fits all. Mm-hmm. Okay. I started going to a biomimetic dentist, and I love them. Not one size fits all. That's what biomimetic means. It's like there's different prescriptions and procedures for different people. And that's what the raw food diet should be. But of course, people are out there selling their books and their courses and all this stuff and their supplements. So they're going to say there's only one way to do it, but it's not true. Yeah. You can heal on a high raw vegan diet. You can heal on a raw vegan diet. You can heal on a water fast, but like you can't only heal on one. You know what I mean? And you can heal eating cold press oil. You absolutely can. I know people that do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love just like everything that you say is like really sets people up for success long term. Like it's sustainable, right? Like people can't do fasts and juice cleanses forever. Like your message is one that people can carry on with on a daily basis forever, and they can still get the results. So yeah, I love that. Somebody is asking, how do you guys feel about nuts, cashews, peanuts, and seeds?
Nuts, cashews, peanuts, and seeds. Okay. I think that they are totally fine in moderation. I think that you don't want to eat them for health purposes. You want to eat them for like indulging, making these raw vegan treats, making these amazing desserts, a few times a year for birthdays or holidays. But the real main source of your calories should be coming from fruit, juicy fruit, and fresh fruit and vegetables. Because, well, if you want to look and feel your best, you have to go with what is alive. And nuts are pretty dead. Like, you go to Costco, you can get a bag of nuts. It's good for years. And to me, it doesn't make sense that is good for me. And there's nothing wrong if you eat nuts, right? There's protein in there. There's lots of minerals in nuts and stuff, but is it alive? That's the question we're not asking ourselves. If it can't go bad, it already went bad. I got that from Doug Graham. And I do truly love him. I don't follow 80-10-10 because I eat what I want. If I want avocado, I'll have avocado. If I want tahini, I'm going to have tahini. But I love what he said because it's true. Something in a box, something in a warehouse, something sitting there forever. How could that be good for me? How could that be full of life force? Everything you eat needs to be alive. Or if you want to minimally consciously cook it, you steam it, or you want to saute it. Okay, I don't really recommend baking things because you're killing it so much. You want to lightly steam something. I don't see any problem with that. But, you really don't want to cook it to death. And nuts have been cooked to death. I mean, cashews are not raw. It's not possible. So, people tell me, oh, but Fully Raw Christina eats cashews. Well, okay, they're not raw. It's not possible. Raw cashews will go rancid immediately. And there's actually a toxin that they release that you have to cook or else you'll die. Like, look into things. Go to YouTube and type in how are cashews cultivated? Like how's oil made? Like be okay with where your food is coming from, because that's the problem, Nicolette. It's like we are so far removed from how our food is made that like we're accepting all these things that are in the store for sale as just like normal, natural, and healthy. But to me, the only thing that makes sense is the food that I have seen on trees, and I know how it's made, This is made by nature and somebody just picks it. Okay. With the nuts, we don't even know what's going on there. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I love what you said. Like, if you want to feel fresh, well, you got to eat fresh. Like, if you want to feel cooked, like, eat cooked, right? And so, yeah, I think nuts in moderation is really good advice, just like here and there. I know, and it can be really helpful. Like, I know you've talked about one of your favorite desserts back in the day are like candy bars with Snickers, and I can so relate with you on that. But it wasn't so much the Snickers, it was like the ice cream version. Have you ever had that
Yes,
before?
I have. Oh my God.
That was
Mm-mm.
like my kryptonite, like the ice cream Snicker bars. And so, yeah, just like freezing like the dates and putting little bits of peanut butter inside is like a game changer. Like, so
Yes.
much better than eating a Snickers
Yeah,
bar.
and
You know, nobody should
yeah.
feel bad for eating
And
that.
that's how I'd recommend you eat nuts. You want to have nuts for treats, for desserts, for things that help you stay healthy, yes. But don't think that you need to eat nuts. And like get organic, do your best, do the best you can, unsalted, because the salt is gonna stimulate you to eat way more. Salt, sugar, and oil. That's another reason to not eat oil. Okay, salt, sugar, and oil. Processed sugar, salt, and oil are the three most stimulating things on earth. And if you have a food addiction, if you have a weight issue, you cannot have these things in moderation. Okay, you've proven that. So please stop playing yourself and just get all the processed foods out of your life. And that includes nuts with salt. Salt is going to make you want more and more and more and more. So be careful there. If you have a food addiction or you're overweight or you have a health issue, you got to get those three things out.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, okay, well, I don't want to keep you for too long. We've answered some questions. I just want to say, like, thank you so much again for being here. You are truly like glowing. You look so healthy, so nourished, so radiant
Thank
and
you.
vibrant. And yeah, you just make this lifestyle look so attractive. Like, you just make it look so abundant and not restrictive whatsoever. So I just really appreciate you being such a positive figure and role model in this movement, honestly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's
Yeah.
not it's not easy to put yourself out there. So I want to
Yeah.
say thank you to you for doing that. And I want to, yeah, like the Snoop Dogg, he's like, I want to thank myself. I want to thank myself. I want to honor myself too, because you know what? People criticize me, like people say this and that, and it's not been easy for sure. But you know what? I got to tell you, it never gets easier, but you get better.
Yeah.
And same with the raw food diet. And just stay on the path. Take it one meal at a time, guys. And I want to, before we end, Nicolette Boo, I want to answer, just Joaquin had a question. What about pumpkin? It's delicious, but it needs to be cooked. Yeah, I would definitely eat pumpkin if you wanted to eat it, because it's a fruit. You're just like, it's not processed. You're just minimally cooking it. I would personally recommend you like boil it or steam it or saute it. If you have to bake it, maybe bake it on a lower temperature. But I would definitely eat pumpkin. Like, I don't see a problem with it. I don't personally cook because the truth is that I've just gotten so used to being raw that it's so much easier. It's so much easier, and I don't find any need. I'm not deficient in anything. I got my blood work done a few months ago. I don't have the need to eat cooked food. But I tell you honestly, if I go to somebody's house and they have pumpkin, it's just pumpkin, I'll probably try some if they want me to try some. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not something that I'm desiring, because the more you eat fresh food, the more you want it. And so yeah, pumpkin, no problem with that. It's a fruit. Anything with a seed, I'm okay with. Um, and yeah, just do the best you can. Like, stop trying to be all or nothing if you found that it's not working for you. Don't try to be 100% raw, because that doesn't matter. What you need to do is be 100% healthy. Okay, so if anybody's watching this and you would like a list of all the foods that I recommend, the fruit, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, whether you steam them or do them raw, then you can email me. I'll leave my email below, and I'll send you the list of all the foods that are abundant in the plant kingdom that you can make amazing meals with. And I'll leave Nicolette's ebook below too, because she has an amazing new ebook. So, and that I bought, and even though she would send it to me for free, I bought it because I wanted to support her because I love her content. Everybody needs to follow her. I'm going to put her links below.
All right. Thank you so much, Jeanette. It was such a pleasure. And yeah, thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thank you so much, Nicolette. I'll see you on Friday for a workout.
Yes. All right. See you on
Okay.
Friday.
Thank you, boo.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.